The Adelaide Peace Rally was one of the biggest protests seen since the days of the Vietnam War.
Even the Peace March organisers didn't expect a turnout like this. They descended on Victoria Square in their thousands, all the regulars, but this time joined by ordinary men and women, some with families, many taking part in a protest march for the very first time. They moved off in an orderly fashion along King William Street, chanting slogans and singing songs of peace. As the numbers swelled, extra police were called in to ensure crowd control and keep traffic moving through a congested city centre. Initially, police had planned only to give over one lane of King William Street to the marchers. However, so great are the numbers that the peace marchers are occupying almost the entire northerly part of King William Street. Saturday morning shoppers seemed resigned to the degree of disruption caused by the march, but not all gave their support.
So I believe it's a good way of getting on TV, and I also believe that they should bring in conscription immediately and get rid of half these people who would be on the dole.
I haven't seen too much out there anti-Iraq or anti-Arab, and I think maybe they do themselves a favour. They tend to balance it out a little bit more.
Too little, too late.
At Parliament House, the mood of the rally took on a more sombre tone as singer-songwriter John Schumann took centre stage. Twice, the mood of the crowd was tested when a group of pro-war demonstrators staged its own mini-protest in the thick of the rally. Some of the protesters who attended today's march said they were there with the horrors of the Vietnam War still fresh in their memories.
I'm ashamed to admit I marched in favour of the Vietnam War 20 years ago in the States, but I think I've grown up a little bit since then, or maybe I've developed a little bit more humanity since then.
Bob Hawke, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, stood in front with Gough with them and said, "Bring the boys home." What's he doing now? What's he bloody well doing now?
For almost 2 hours, speakers and singers addressed the crowd, but rally organisers say their main message is yet to be delivered. It's in the form of hundreds of thousands of signatures on petitions to go to Canberra on Monday.
We cannot affect what Saddam Hussein does, but we can affect our government, the American government, making a bigger war, solving through war what they could have solved through sanctions. That's what we're trying to do.
It wasn't a once-off call for peace. A repeat protest march and rally will be held same time, same place next week.